followed by Casper Janssen on the inside of row number 4, and Theo Thorzelius on the outside of row 4. The signal is given, off we go on the first of the rolling laps. The back of the grid, you can see the two drivers on row number 6 trying to get some heat into their tyres, weaving back and forth to generate a little bit of heat because they know they need those tyres up to temperature as soon as they take the start. Diego Larocque and Laurens van Hoppen, they have to get up towards the front before the leaders break away, because what we will see, we will undoubtedly see Bart Pluk and Max Meyer trying to work together to get away from the pack. Into turn number 6. That is the Button complex, named after 2009 Formula 1 world champion Jenson Button, who raced for the Paul Lemons run GKS team for many years, actually lived in Belgium with the family that run this circuit for 3 years, along with the likes of Jan Halen, who to become an IndyCar driver as well. 12 laps for these X30 minis, and that is plenty of time to get up to the front for Larocque and Van Hoppen, provided of course they don't incur a penalty on their way through. They have to be decisive, and most importantly they have to be correct in their choices about when to pass and when to push. Around turn number 5 onto the long back straight, and now you see the front row drivers Bart Pluk and Max Meyer slowing the field down. It's a little bit earlier than you would expect, and they have really slowed everyone down. They're going along at a fair old crawl. You can see the cars on the Europlan highway just in front of the circuit there. That's turn 11 on your screens now. Into turn number 6. Now they'll flick right going into turn number 6, then they'll flick left. You can see the barriers in the middle of the circuit. They're not concrete barriers or anything like that. They're safety barriers. They're there to stop drivers just using the curb, and of course it gives them a bit of motivation to stay on the prepared surface. Now we're into turn number 8, which is the 180 degree left-hander, which leads you down the infield straight. They're heading directly towards the pretty expansive and pleasingly full spectator grandstands here at Kart in Genk. They'll come into turn number 9. They'll be hard on the brakes, and then they'll flick right. And as you can see now, the circuit doubles back on itself a little bit. You want to be off. You want to try and stay off the curbs, which are just below the karts there on your screen. They'll come out of turn number 9 into turn 10, the left-hander, and I wonder if we will see any last corner lunges in this next race, because out of turn 10, underneath my commentary position, into turn number 11, and as you'll see on our cameras shortly, there we go, turn number 11. The racing line is on the outside, and there's an awful lot of empty tarmac the driver has to defend to the inside. But if you defend to the inside going into the corner, you leave yourself susceptible to be passed coming out of the corner onto the start-finish straight. They're into the tram lines. Bart Pluk and Maximus Meyer have the field at their mercy. When the lights go out, we're off and racing. Here we go. In the start of the X30 mini-final, from the outside of row number 1, Maximus Meyer gets the jump on Bart Pluk to take the lead of the race. All 12 drivers safely through turn number 1. Into turn number 2, Diego Larocque has already picked up 4 or 5 places. Laurens van Hoppen has also moved up 1 or 2. But it is Bart Pluk, Ken Oscar Algray chasing Maximus Meyer into turn number 5 for the first time. Now we'll see them try and work together down the back straight. The drivers at the back will be 2 and 3 wide, but the leaders line astern, as there's Laurens van Hoppen making a move going into turn number 6. Picks up another place at the expense of, I believe that may have been Theo Thorzelius. Down into turn number 9. Through turn 10 we go. Plug leads. No, it's Meyer leads. Apologies. Meyer from Plug, from Ken Oscar Algre. And then it is Kasper Janssen. A good start there from the driver of the number 922 kart as Ken Oscar Algre runs a little bit wide. Going through turn number 1, or coming out of turn number 1, and Janssen is there in 4th place. But look at the gap. That's the key. There's a gap between the top 4 and Kimi Abraham, who's made a good start from 9th on the grid to run in 5th. Diego Larocque already up into 6th position. Larocque goes through the screen there with Lucas Blomgren Dahl right behind him, and there's a change for the race lead. Bart Pluk on the CRG K-Shirt Racing 917 kart, passing Maximus Meyer. Algre in 3rd. Then it is Janssen. Then a gap back to Abraham. Larocque in 6th, followed by Blomgren Dahl. Then Van Hoppen. So for the 2 drivers, there's Algre making a move, Meyer making a move, but Bart Plug defending the inside line. Early stages to be defending. However, Bart Plug has got his countryman Lawrence Van Hoppen, who needs a bit of cooperation from the front runners to get up to the front. And by Bart Plug leading and defending, that's slowing everyone else down, and that is allowing Van Hoppen, well, as well as everybody else, Blomgren Dahl, Meertens and Van Meert, as well as Thorzelius and Louis Hofbeck to close back in. Larocque is up into 5th position, ahead of Blomgren Dahl. Van Hoppen now up to 7th as they come through turn number 7. Now heading down towards turn number 9. The top 4 have still got a gap. Bart Plug runs across the curbs a little bit. He doesn't want to do that too much, and settles the kart and potentially forces him offline for the run into turn number 10, but he's managed to hold on to the lead as things stand. On to another lap. We complete lap number 3. Plug holding a slightly defensive line there. Meyer trying to push him along. Through turn number 2. Algre in 3rd. Janssen holding a watching brief in 4th. They come through turn number 4. Hard on the brakes. Algre dives out from behind Meyer. Gets the inside line for turn 5. And Maximus Meyer now loses 2 places as Janssen draws alongside. Janssen's going to have the inside line for the run into turn number 6. But round the outside, Max Meyer manages to hold on. Larocque just 1 second back now. And Larocque has got Blomgren Dahl and Van Hoppen for company. And that's in 8th place as Amaury Mertens is also closing in. And that's Max Meyer's lad, by the looks of it, just trying to give some sort of signal saying, come on, now push, don't fight, just push. Because he can see that 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th place are closing in. Kimi Abraham runs in 9th. Then Theo Thorzelius in 10th. Louis Hofbeck and Sita Van Meert round out the field, and Max Meyer just nudges the rear bumper of Ken Oscar Algre there, and Diego Larocque actually losing a place to Lucas Blomgren Dahl in the battle for 5th place, and Blomgren Dahl setting a new fast lap, 1 minute 1.540 second. Janssen has another little peek up the inside of Max Meyer's kart, but can't make the move, tucks back into line to get the slipstream down the back straight into the button complex, and the top 4 and now only 6/10 of a second ahead of Blomgren Dahl, Larocque, Van Hoppen and Mertens. We've got a 4-kart battle of the lead being caught by another 4 karts. There's Larocque being chased by Van Hoppen. Now Laurens Van Hoppen, while he said his plans were top secret, maybe his plans were to work with Diego Larocque as they work towards the front. Now there were yellow flags waving as we begin lap number 6 out of 12, and we may have lost Louis Hofbeck. In fact, there's a car off the side of the circuit at the exit of the final corner, and I think that is the young Danish driver's machine of Louis Hofbeck. Also got a problem for Theo Thorzelius, who has dropped back. As we come down the back straight, there is the leader, Bart Pluk, holding off Ken Oscar Algre, Maximus Meyer. And behind them, in 4th position, Kasper Janssen has lost a couple of kart lengths, but now Janssen will get those back up because Blomgren Dahl, Larocque and Van Hoppen in 5th, 6th and 7th place are going to try and work with Kasper Janssen. But Bart Pluk managing to hold them off through turn number 9. There you go. There's the cosmic Kart just flashing through your screen of Amaury Mertens in 8th position. There's a gap back to Kimi Abraham in 9th. 4-second gap back to Abraham in 9th. And the mechanics watch on from the stand. Bart Pluk begins lap number 7. Defends into turn number 1. Maximus Meyer grabs the place. Ken Oscar Algre on the outside of turn number 2. He slots back into line. Larocque is behind Janssen. Blomgren Dahl has made the move on Janssen. Oh, that is Larocque now passing Casper Janssen. And Janssen will now find that he's getting help from Lawrence Van Hoppen. The top 7 drivers begin lap number 7, separated by just 1.1 seconds. Tension bubbling up nicely as we enter the second half of this X30 Mini final. Down towards turn 9, Bart Pluk leads from Maximus Meyer, Ken Oscar Algre, then Lucas Blomgren Dahl with the black nose cone. There's 2 Falcon karts in this lead battle. There's Maximus Meyer making a move for the lead. So Meyer, when Pluk wasn't defending, Meyer used the opportunity to pass him, but Pluk does the crossover move, and now Ken Oscar Algre makes it 3 wide, and that is because Oscar Algre had the slipstream of not 1 but 2 karts. Oh, and there's a little bit of elbows going on there. Meyer and Pluk side by side. Meyer takes to the curb. We're side by side coming through turn number 3, and Pluk retakes 2nd position, and now Meyer's under attack from Blomgren Dahl. I was going to say there's 2 Falcon karts in this lead battle, and Blomgren Dahl is the one with the black nose cone. Casper Janssen has got a little bit of extra colour on the nose of his number 922 kart, but it's Ken Oscar Algre in kart number 924, the Estonian driver for AIX Racing, who leads. But for how much longer? Not much longer. Bart Pluk retakes the place. Oscar Algre was forced a little bit wide. Meyer used the opportunity to slide his way into 2nd place. Now Pluk defends into turn number 11. Meyer's going to get a run on him as they come out of the final corner. Will we see Maximus Meyer move to the inside? Yes, we do. Plug's in the middle, and Meyer gets the pass down. Now Oscar Algre tries to sweep to the inside. Oh, what a crossover mover there by Bart Pluk to retake the lead. And suddenly the top 7 are nose to tail. Larocque tries to make a move, and that, I think, is Lawrence Van Hoppen moving into 4th place. Is that Van Hoppen in the number 913 kart? Oh, we're 2 wide into turn number 5 for 3rd place. And that is Blomgren Dahl and Van Hoppen side by side. So Pluk leads, Meyer 2nd. Ken Oscar Algre has been dropped back to about 5th place. And Oscar Algre going in on, I believe that was Blomgren Dahl, going into turn number 6. But Blomgren Dahl repels the attack. And it is Lawrence Van Hoppen now with the 3rd place. So Bart Pluk on the CRG leads from Maximus Meyer. The top 7, nose to tail. Janssen 7th, Larocque 6th, Algre in 5th. There is Kimi Abraham, or Amaury Mertens rather. Oh, sorry, the top 8 are nose to tail. That was Kimi Abraham going through in 9th place. Here we go as we complete lap number 9 out of 12. Any one of 8 drivers can win this race. The back of the pack, Amaury Mertens in kart number 923, the Belgian driver for MGR Racing. Watching to see if a gap develops. Theo Thorzelius has retired. You can see his kart at the side of the circuit. Meyer trying to keep Van Hoppen behind him. So Van Hoppen, from last on the grid, now runs 3rd and is within about 5 kart lengths of the race lead. He now runs 2nd, or does he? No. Meyer defends into the button complex. Maximus Meyer knows that he doesn't necessarily need to be leading right now, but if he falls too many places back, then he's simply going to run out of time. So he needs to stay near the front of this group. Here comes Van Hoppen again, but Meyer takes his line. Blomgren Dahl in 4th place. Blomgren Dahl looks to the inside now, but Van Hoppen defends into turn number 11. Algre is 5th. No, it's now Larocque in 5th in that blue and white kart. Then it is Janssen 6th, 7th for Algre. So the leader a couple of laps ago now finds himself down in 7th place with Amaury Mertens and Casper Janssen right behind him. Algre getting shuffled wide there by Janssen. And is Janssen going to give him racing room? He does. In fact, Algre able to use the momentum to stay on the outside to hold on to 6th position. But the top 2 are pulling away as Larocque takes 3rd. Larocque takes 3rd from Blomgren Dahl, moves into 4th place. So Van Hoppen back to 5th. and Van Hoppen having to defend against Ken Oscar Algre. This is the penultimate lap, lap 11 of 12. And it's still Bart Pluk leading. Maximus Meyer has not won a race yet this weekend. He has finished second in 3 of the 4 races we have seen. Top spot has eluded him. He swings wide. Will try and get the undercut on Bart Plug as they come to the line to start their final lap. Plug defends. He defends right to the inside. The Rock is there in third. The Rock's got the slipstream, and the Rock will catch them. They go through turn number 1 for the final time. Meyer checks over his shoulder. He can see the American driver coming. Blomgren-Dahl is there in 4th place. Again, Meyer checks over his shoulder. He now needs to dive to the inside to defend going into turn number 5. Now Plug defends. Plug looks over his shoulder. So does Meyer. Meyer looks to the inside. Diego Larocque's going to get a great slipstream. Meyer swings out wide to take the best racing line into turn number 6. Through turn 7, Larocque's to the inside of Meyer. Can Larocque? Oh, Larocque and Meyer side by side. Contact! And both Meyer and Larocque spear off onto the grass. That allows Bart Plug to come through untroubled. He's got Lucas Blomgren-Dahl behind him, and Blomgren-Dahl is about 5 kart lengths back. Lawrence Van Hoppen is in 3rd. Mauri Mertens is in 4th place. As Bart Plug comes out of the final corner, Lucas Blomgren-Dahl is not going to catch him. Plug takes the checkered flag and the win. He punches the air in exultation. Lucas Blomgren-Dahl grabs 2nd position, and then a gap back to 3rd. And the timing screens say that Mauri Mertens, the Belgian driver, beats Lawrence Van Hoppen by 0.04 of a second to finish in 3rd place. Van